Welcome to Building the Bond Between You and Your Dog through reward-based training, brought to you by Comfort Zone, a revolutionary pheromone product developed and recommended by veterinarians to help control unwanted pet behavior. Comfort Zone helps you maximize your relationship with your dog. Your trainer and host in this video is dog authority and trainer Andrea Ardin. Andrea is a leading expert in dog training and is the author of 4 books: Dog-Friendly Dog Training, Train Your Dog the Lazy Way, The Little Book of Dog Tricks, and On the Road with Your Pet. Andrea has appeared on numerous broadcast shows, including 2020, The Today Show, Dateline NBC, and CNN.
Hi, I'm Andrea Ardin, and this is NEO. The goal of this training program is to help you learn how to teach your dog basic manners, as well as how to prevent and solve problem behaviors that may get out of control. For the next hour, we're going to work together on helping to improve your dog's behavior and therefore your relationship with your dog. As a result, your dog will enjoy the benefits of being a lifelong, well-behaved member of your family. As part of our training procedures, we will occasionally incorporate Comfort Zone products by Farnam. Comfort Zone with DAP is a safe and natural product that mimics the comforting pheromones that mother dogs release to help reassure their puppies. These pheromones help keep your dog focused throughout our training sessions. If you'd like to find out more about Comfort Zone with DAP and how it can help you to train your dog, check out the special Comfort Zone section on this DVD. Now that we're all prepared, let's begin with house training. Usually everyone's top concern. There's no better place to show how important good management is than when talking about house training. The key to house training is becoming a good doggy time manager. That means making sure your dog is in the right place, its doggy toilet, at the right time, when it needs to eliminate. Using the following 5 management tools, you will have your dog house trained as quickly as possible: chew toy, leash supervision, short-term confinement area, long-term confinement area, and proper time management of your pet's food and water schedule. One of the best ways to prevent problems and to teach your dog to settle down calmly in your home is to be sure to provide your dog at all times with a chew toy which has been stuffed with food. If your dog is occupied trying to get the food out, it means he isn't doing an endless list of wrong things. The chew toy acts like a pacifier, much like we use for babies. Ideally, you should plan on using part of your dog's meals as food to stuff in the toys. But you also want to use special treats to entice your dog to work hard to get at the food. This way your dog is kept busy and is burning off mental and physical energy hunting for his food. The second most important management tool for house training is leash supervision. At all times when you're home and want to spend time with your pup or new, not yet house-trained adult dog, he should be on a leash. The leash can be under your foot, tied to a stable object, or dragging freely, but only if you are actively playing with your dog. In any of these 3 ways, you are preventing your dog from roaming about and making mistakes, and teaching your dog to lie down calmly indoors. Keep in mind that, like most management tools, leash supervision is meant to be used just until your dog understands the rules of the house. At this point, he will enjoy the freedom to roam about as you wish. For those times when you are home but can't actively supervise your dog, you can confine him to his short-term confinement area. This is a kennel which is large enough for him to rest comfortably in. Once your dog learns to relax in his kennel, it means he can begin to learn to have bladder and bowel muscle control. That is, he can learn to hold it until you take him to his designated doggy toilet. Begin teaching your dog to tolerate time in his kennel by feeding him in there and by having him spend brief bits of time in it when you are nearby reading, watching TV, or working on your computer. Once you have gradually built up to your dog being able to spend 1 to 2 hours in the kennel, it means he can now control his bladder and bowels for that length of time. At this point, you can take him to relieve himself and reward him for going in the right place. Until your dog has sufficient bladder and bowel muscle control to hold it in his kennel for 2 to 3 hours, you'll need to have a way to keep him from making mistakes in the home, but also a way to let him relieve himself if you don't have the time to take him for walks as frequently as he may need. For example, a young puppy may need to eliminate every 2 hours or so. In this case, you can set up a small area called a long-term confinement area. This can be a bathroom, small kitchen, or an exercise pen. Start by covering the whole area with paper or wee-wee pads so your dog can't make mistakes on the floor underneath. After a few days, get rid of about 10% of the paper and continue to taper down every 3 to 5 days to a smaller area being covered. If your dog makes any mistakes off the paper or pads, it just means that you went a bit too fast and need to take a step back and cover more of the area again. As your dog builds control in the kennel, you can gradually decrease and ultimately eliminate the use of this area. At around 5 to 6 months, with the right training, most pups can hold it in their kennel for about 4 hours. This means you simply need to be sure that you, a friend, or a dog walker give him adequate breaks to relieve himself. Eventually, you can also stop using the kennel, but that is only once you are really sure your dog has great control. In addition to managing your dog's time using on-leash supervision and long and short-term confinement areas, you also need to be sure to control your dog's food and water intake to make it as easy as possible to predict elimination. While each dog has a slightly different digestive system, as a general rule, your dog will probably need to eliminate about 1 hour after eating. Most people feed 2 meals a day. In addition, you should offer your dog water 5 to 10 times a day. Leave the water down for no more than 5 minutes each time so that you have a good idea of when your dog needs to go, about an hour after drinking. Although the management tools we discuss in this case were used specifically for house training, it's important to know the side benefits of these tools as well. All of these tools, chew toys, confinement areas, and food and water schedules help us prevent and solve puppy nipping, household destruction, mild separation issues, and more, as we will see in other sections.